So around 4 years ago, with my limited knowledge in electronics, I built what is essentially a square wave oscillator that outputs a pitch based on the combination of buttons I pressed. The instrument is supposed to emulate a violin. It had 4 buttons to simulate the strings, with another set of 7 representing the position I pressed on a fingerboard. Essentially, anyone with a background in string instruments can pick it up and play it. However, this design had tons of drawbacks. First of all, it only outputted square waves, which, let's be honest, is perfect for making video game music covers, but terrible for just about anything else. The fingerboard also did not represent a violin at all. It was physically unable to register characteristic violin sounds like the glissando and the vibrato, amongst many more techniques. And the cheap tactile buttons, though made for a unique playing experience, was not enjoyable to play at all. But now, as an electric engineering student, I believe I finally have the skill set to fulfill my childhood's dream instrument. Let's get to the drawing board. Alright, so now we have the 3D printed parts, let's talk electronics. The brains of this instrument is a microcontroller, which you could basically think of as a tiny computer. And the specific model that we're going with here is the Raspberry Pi Pico 2. In order to get the super accurate readings on the analog inputs, I'm using this ADC unit with a 4-channel multiplexer and can sample at about 200 times per second across the 4 channels. Let's go build this. And before assembling our instruments, I would just like to shout out the design of the keys. Despite how smooth that CADing montage was a while ago, the actual design process of these keys were much more tedious than that. Having gone through numerous designs before we finally landed on these extremely responsive keys. And my favorite part, don't you just love that click? DFA, baby. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. How is this any different than the one you made years ago? Is this not just the same microcontroller wrapper with buttons and some logic? Well, the Stradex, and yes, that's what we're calling it, it's powered by MIDI, which in layman's terms means that it could sound like any instrument you can think of. Another huge distinction is this continuous potential sensor, which tells it where my left-hand fingers are down to a 15-bit resolution, or about 30,000 distinct values, instead of the 7 discrete notes my original was capable of recognizing. This means I could smoothly slide the pitch up and down as well as doing something like a vibrato. The Stradex's right-hand keys also got a big upgrade, with they now having both a soft tactile push button and a force-sensing resistor. This means I will have an intuitive way of precisely controlling the instrument's volume, velocity, and articulation. And just for the sake of convenience, I added some knobs to control other arbitrary MIDI values. I especially like this one, which tunes the instrument to any key up and down for 4 total octaves. Alright, so that about wraps it up for today. It's really just a quick build video on how this project was made. Stradex is fully open source, so if you want to build it yourself, the GitHub link is down in the description. This is also the first YouTube video that I really tried making. So if you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you would help the algorithm and drop a like or even a subscribe. And so if this video alone brings my subscriber count to say over 1,000, then I'll definitely be giving one of these away to you guys. Let's make it happen. 1,000 subs is all it takes. And with that being said, I'll definitely be posting more projects of mine in the future. So if you would like to see that, make sure you press the notification bell as well. Have a good night.